speaker today is Bob Swan, and evaluating Bob will be Kelly Smith. Kelly, would you please share with us Bob's objectives?
Bob is speaking out of the Trumpet Communicator Manual number 5, Your Body Speaks. His objectives are: use stance, movement, gestures, facial expressions, and eye contact to express your message and achieve your speech purpose. Make your body language smooth and natural. Time 5 to 7 minutes.
Kelly? Bob has made some observations about the world around us, and today Bob's going to share with us a few of those. Please help me welcome Bob Swan. As the world changes, Bob Swan.
Gotta remember to breathe, huh? Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I'm old enough to remember when everything that bad that happened in the world was the fault of the communists. My moderate conservative uncle and ultra-conservative father both owned gas stations back in the 1950s. And we're positive that the newly arrived fuel economical Jap crap and Volkswagens, people who drove them was somehow un-American. They didn't know what un-American really meant, other than the fact that it did not support the self-interests of the United States, and therefore had to somehow, at some level, be evil. About the same time, a childhood hero of mine, who I consider a great American, instigated a program that cost the taxpayers millions and millions of dollars that we're still paying for today. His name was Eisenhower, and it was the federal highway system. Another uncle of mine, who served in Korea, came back and got free medical care from the VA hospital. Sure, I think he deserved it, as I think I deserve it for my time spent in Vietnam. However, that doesn't erase the fact that back in the 50s, before the government cutbacks and before the rest of the world passed us by, the VA healthcare system was one of the greatest symbols of socialized medicine in the world for patriots. Patriots who would do anything to fight against creeping socialism. Is it time we stopped playing this game? 100 years ago, a little over 100 years ago, people in New York City and Chicago paid for their own fire protection. If you were poor and your house caught on fire, it simply burned down. If you were rich and you were insured by Fire Company A, Fire Company B would not assist you. In fact, they might stand in the way of Fire Company A from helping you. Then, much to the chagrin of the rich people and of the fire companies, big government stepped in, and we became a little more socialistic. We instigated universal fire protection. Now, the rich people were against this, as were the fire companies. Why should they pay to protect everybody from fire when they could sometimes barely afford it themselves? And why didn't these people who, by their lifestyles and their cramped living spaces, because that's all they could afford, were more fire prone anyways? Is rushing to put out somebody's fire a handout? I don't believe so. But a little over 100 years ago, people would disagree with me. Yet, today I think most people would agree that it is not a handout. In my icebreaker speech, I talked about my ideas about 2012, along with my background. I feel, I'm losing it. feel that many people in the United States brag about the equality that we talk about throughout the world. Yet many of these same people use another form of Americanism, a contrived form of Americanism, to fight against that equality, even on our own shores. You may find it hard to believe, but I consider myself a moderate conservative. I just don't consider myself easily misled. And I think that many of us are misled. Thank you very much.
Thank you to both of our speakers today, and please remember to vote for who you